My name is Gabriela Santiago-Romero. I'm 24 years old, born in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, raised in Southwest Detroit since I was 2. Growing up, my community was vibrant and full of life. Every brick and mortar was occupied, every house full of families from different parts of the world. People had jobs and a decent quality of life. When the auto industry fell, so did the rest of the city. Southwest lost its residents, first in a trickle, and then in a full force as poverty, racism, and violence grew. I had no idea what was happening to my community, and I don't think that anybody else did either. They just knew that they had to escape in order to provide for their families. But there are many of us who could not leave. I fell in love with Detroit instead of hating it. In the 5th grade, I volunteered for the first time and realized that Detroit was not empty. Instead, was left with numerous issues that were being ignored by its political and business leaders. There was no investment. Nobody cared about us. So we had to care for ourselves. And we did. And we still do. I joined Challenge Detroit because the idea of working with young, smart, hardworking people who want to help the city was ideal. As someone who has worked for numerous nonprofits already, consulting for others and creating deliverables for them to use to further their mission is fulfilling work. But there is still so much more that needs to be done. My experience with Challenge Detroit has been eye-opening and humbling. I left my full-time job with Alternatives for Girls to join the Detroit Lions Community Relations team and helped leverage our Living for the City brand to invest in communities in Michigan. I would have never applied to work for an NFL team. To be honest, I would have never even imagined them wanting to hire me. I did not think that I was good enough. And also, I never even watched football, unless it's at a bar paired with good food. But they did pick me, and I was good enough, and I hope to have made a lasting impression. My experience with the Lions made me realize that hard work and kindness is good enough, and that it can connect you to people and places that will expose you to things that you could have never imagined. Because really, as a little Mexican girl from Southwest Detroit, I was never even given the opportunity to dream so big. This mentality is still alive in our youth today, and it needs to change. Hopefully I can change our hood mentality by bettering our public services at my current host company, Wayne County. I finished off the season with the Lions and shortly after heard that Executive Warren Evans wanted to hire me to be a part of his executive team. I had no idea how I was going to work for an executive given my nonprofit background, but it was exactly what the county wanted in order to better understand our communities, our issues, and our desires. Challenge Detroit has allowed me to continue to grow professionally, but also personally. I work with 30 other amazing fellows, all of which I hope stay connected after our year ends. They've made me realize that we all have different understandings about what Detroit's issues are and our solutions, that we can all have meaningful and respectful conversations about what our issues actually are and how they came to be and our best solutions. They show me that those of us who have always been here are capable of solving our own problems, but that we do have to work together with those moving in order to have holistic solutions. I've loved everything that has made Challenge Detroit challenging. I'm used to the hustle, and this experience has been nothing less. My hope for the program is that it continues to grow and attract young professionals who are passionate about the city and the people living here. Not because it's up and coming and sexy, but because it has always been a place that people have loved. It has always been a place that had held so much hope and is currently a place that can do things differently from the rest of the country facing gentrification and a growing income inequality gap. We have our issues, but the way we solve these issues can create endless possibilities for a better Detroit for everyone.